A pool party with girls, a woman claiming he's her baby father, getting publicly roasted in song, getting pulled into a carnival dance with girls he just met. These are the 7 craziest moments from Speed's Trinidad IRL stream. Now, to understand moment number 1, you have to understand one thing about Speed. Earlier that same day on the IRL stream, every time a random guy ran up to him on the street, Speed was like, "Back up, give me space. Who are you?" Full defense mode, no entry, not interested. But then, the locals took Speed to a pool party with girls, and suddenly, oh my God, holy blood.
Oh my God! Holy guacamole! Trinidad! Oh my! She won't make it a boat.
Bro went from 0 to 100 faster than his own name suggests. The same man who couldn't let a stranger within 5 feet of him was now doing backflips in a pool in Trinidad. That's not a character arc, that's a speed run. Moment number 2. The locals sat Speed down, pulled out a full carnival costume, green outfit, feathers, chain, everything, and said, "Put it on." Now at this point, Speed had been in Trinidad for maybe 2 hours. He didn't know the culture, he didn't know the dances, he didn't know anything. But the moment that costume went on, something changed. Bro walked out onto that floor, surrounded by full Trinidad carnival dancers, and just fit in, like he had been practicing for this his whole life. The crowd lost it. The chat lost it. Speed lost it. For about 3 minutes, this man genuinely forgot he was a streamer from Cincinnati. Drop a W in the comments if Speed passed the Trinidad vibe check. Moment number 3. Speed was just walking on the streets of Trinidad during the IRL stream. That's it. Just walking. No chaos, no plan. Just a normal stroll. And then out of nowhere, a woman came running towards him, holding a child, pointing directly at Speed's face, and said, "You look like my baby father."
This is your child.
That ain't my child.
Same nose, same spine.
That's not my child.
Who your baby?
No, that's not my child, baby.
Who your baby?
No.
I'm looking for the money for my campus.
What?
Speed froze. Speed looked at the camera, looked at the baby, and ran, full sprint, on a live IRL stream in front of millions of people, just abandoned the situation completely. No statement, no explanation. Moment number 4, and this one is a Trinidad special. See, there's a traditional art form here called extempo. It's been part of Trinidad culture for over 100 years. A singer makes up a song about you, on the spot, in real time, in front of everyone. No script, no preparation, pure improvisation. So when Speed sat down for food during the IRL stream, the locals brought out a local extempo master.
You're gonna have something light, but before you eat, you all have freestyle?
Yeah.
Like, you can freestyle?
Yeah, I can freestyle.
Alright, we have something called extempo. Right?
Who was that?
That's this guy, Myron Lee.
What's good?
And this man started singing about Speed, about Trinidad women, about things Speed was going to taste before he left the island.
You can't come Trinidad here and see, and don't eat the things that we have easy. And when you done eat it, I'll have to say, the ladies in Trinidad coming your way, because I'm telling you now, as a good young man, you can't leave without tasting a Trini woman.
Speed sat there smiling, not understanding a single word.
I don't know what he's saying. What'd you say?
By the time it clicked what the song was actually about, the whole crowd was already gone, laughing, cheering. Speed got roasted in an art form he had never even heard of before, and he couldn't say a single thing back. Comment below, what would your reaction be if someone roasted you in song? Moment number 5. By this point in the IRL stream, Speed had been going for over 4 hours straight. He was tired, he was full, he thought the crazy moments were done, and that's exactly when the locals pulled out one more surprise. They handed him something called bacon shark.
Fried shark.
Shark?
Shark. Jaws.
Wait, like a dead ass?
Yeah. Like Jaws. We kill it and we eat it here.
Bro, I never had shark before, G.
He took one small bite, and then just kept going. Couldn't stop, finished the whole thing, looked into the camera and said, Trinidad has one of the best foods he's ever had in his life.
I'm not even like trolling, wallahi. Trinidad got one of the best foods ever. This is a whole short.
Moment number 6. Now, Speed loves football. Everyone knows this. The whole internet knows this. But the locals don't play football on the streets of Trinidad. They play cricket. And when they pulled out a bat and ball during the IRL stream, Speed looked at them and said, "Bro, I went to the ICC when I was 12 years old."
Bro, I know how to bowl, bro. Do you know who I am, bro? All right, bro. I went to the ICC when I was 12 years old.
He stepped up to bowl. Wide ball. Another wide ball. Tried again. Still wide. Then switched to batting. And actually connected with a decent shot. He's out here screaming, "Shout out Virat Kohli" in the middle of Port of Spain. Acting like he's been playing cricket his whole life. Bro really thought he was going pro for about 5 minutes. Moment number 7, and this one happened in the very first hour of the IRL stream. Speed had barely even started exploring Trinidad, when somehow he ended up inside a live radio station, 96.1 OJOS, an actual broadcasting station, reaching actual listeners across Trinidad. And instead of just doing an interview, the host sat Speed behind the DJ board, pointed at the equipment, and said, "You're the DJ now." Speed pressed play. The studio exploded. The chat exploded. Trinidad listeners across the whole island suddenly had IShowSpeed as their DJ. He had been in the country for less than 60 minutes. He didn't plan this. Nobody planned this. That's just what happens when Speed shows up somewhere. Pure chaos, every single time. Trinidad was day 1 of the Caribbean IRL Tour. He's got 14 more countries left. If this is what the first day looked like, I genuinely don't know what's coming next. Every country breakdown drops on this channel as it happens. Subscribe now. The playlist is just getting started.